Welcome back to my F1 2017 career mode. You join me for round 10, the British Grand Prix, our home race of the season. This is one of the most historic classical tracks, one of my personal favorites on the calendar as well. It's got that good variety of like hard braking, high speed corners, and that new technical first section as well. So it's going to be an interesting race. Lewis Hamilton remarkably is not a pole position, which he has been for the rest of the season. That goes to this man, Kimi Raikkonen. He's had a good display and put it on pole. It's going to be a real uphill task for us because this Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull teams are really showing some good pace around this long circuit here. So it's going to be a battle for best of the rest, I would expect. So let's have a look at the grid order going into the race. We do expect it to be a fully dry race, just a bit overcast. So Kimi Raikkonen on pole position with Lewis Hamilton alongside him on the front row of the grid. P3 we've got Valtteri Bottas and then Sebastian Vettel in P4. P5 goes to Daniel Ricciardo. Esteban Ocon P6 and 7 for Perez, ourselves P8. If you're wondering where Max Verstappen is, he's taken a penalty for a gearbox. So it was a split between a 1 or a 2 stop. There was a 1 second in it, so we opted for the 2 stop. There we go, 5 red lights and away we go for the British Grand Prix. It's not the best start, so the Force Indians have got a great start ahead of us. Felipe Massa's coming up our inside here, so we ran a bit wide. Didn't expect that much weight in the car. Danny Rick's just in front of us. Let's try and get up the inside of him. Force Indians are very ponderous around there, so we take them positions off them as well. They're still up on the inside. Ocon here. Get the job done. 4 places in 1 corner. I'll call that a job well done. Let's have another look at the start of the race. Good start for Kimi and Lewis there on the front row, but you can see Valtteri got even better start and just drove straight into P2. Ourselves, we left the track momentarily there, but then managed to get up the inside going into turn 3. And we had a slight contact there with Ocon, and we managed to run it round the outside, get a better drive out the exit the corner, and keep up that P5 position. So it's going to be about trying to stay with Lewis and Sebastian ahead of us now. If we can keep up with them, then we'll have a good chance of trying to make a podium position, but that is a pretty unrealistic task for this race. So here we go on the end of lap 1. Taking a bit too much inside curb there into Stowe. We've got a nice little buffer behind us, but Danny Rick's tucked up behind the Force Indians, but once he breaks free, he's going to be right on our gearbox. That's why I'm trying to keep pace with the cars in front of us. I'm running rich revs, trying to get every bit out of these super soft tyres, because we're going to go for a very short first stint. We're going to go a bit unconventional, going on the 2-stop strategy. I'm going to try and put 2 sets of the soft tyre on. It was recommended either we go 2-stop with a set of mediums and super softs, or we go one stop and we go straight onto a set of the medium tyre. So let's see how it works out. So having quite a good balance at the minute. The car's feeling pretty racy. You can see we're losing out down where the hanger straight here. This is where they start to pull away from us. So moving on. Danny Rick has broken free and he's right on the back of us. This is our in lap now, and Danny Rick's all over the back of us. He's got a bit fresher tyres. He's been a bit kinder to them. Our front left tyre is almost 50% wear, so it's just going to be a battle just to try and keep him behind us now. And it's really hurting our lap time. He's struggling to get on the power there. It's a lot quicker through Cops. Here we go into Maggots, Beckett's, and round Chapel. He's struggling with turning now. Front end is not sticking anymore. He's going to have a good run down Hanger Straight. He's not got enough to get it done. Yeah, we're going to dive into the pits for our first stop of the race. Taking a bit of grass there on the entry. And this pit lane is one of the slowest on the calendar. We're doing 37 mph down here. On goes a set of soft tyres and away we go. Where's that going to feed us back in? It's a pretty early stop, so we're going to be quite far down the order, I expect. But at least we're into some free air. Coming up to the back of Verline now. We are racing him, he's not stopped.
Dropped out of the race.
Bad news, our teammate has retired. Looks like a mechanical issue. You can see the end of the further lap here. That was Daniel Ricciardo. He's managed to do the overcut and he's gained about 2 seconds on us, that looks like. So we need to get past Verline ASAP if we've got any chance of battling with Daniel Ricciardo. Getting held up massively here. Slipped up the inside into Cops. This is the following lap. We're taking his teammate Ericsson at the end of the Wellington. We're going lap 12. Really starting to feel nice on these tyres now. Got some good performance. Coming up to the back of Fernando. And quickly as well. I think he started on these set of tyres. Looks like he's going on one stop. So we do have a performance advantage and that was pretty easy in all honesty. Also gaining on the car in front. Who is this? Lance Stroll. He's not coming into pits. Left a gap on the outside, so we're going to take it. We break deep into the corner. We'll go side by side for the inside line.
Looks like Massa has come into pit. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Let's put us in a nice position of P4 now. There's a replay of the double overtake with Fernando. And then through the next corners onto Stroll. Managed to hang it around the outside. He left me. There's an open invitation really. At the end of lap 15, we're going to come in for our second and last stop of the afternoon. Tyres are pretty much spent.
Release.
And the pit stop really does cost you around this track. 37 mph. Feels like forever.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
We're back out in position 13. So we've got our work cut out if we're going to claw back to where we was prior to the pit stop in P4. Which was a bit out of position, so I don't know what everyone's doing on strategy at this point in the race. As you can see, some more cars have made their last stop of the race and brought us back up into P10. We've got Van Dorn just ahead of us. So this is where we're going to really need to start squeezing these guys. We're trying a one-stop strategy because we're going to have the fresher soft tyre and we really need to pay advantage to that now. Got DRS coming onto Wellington.
Virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
I don't know what happened there, but yeah, we need to make sure we keep a positive delta, otherwise we're going to get a penalty.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
At the same time, we want to try and make advantage of this. And it's green flags now. We've got the momentum coming through this section out of Chapel. We're out on his gearbox and we've got the benefit of DRS. And that was pretty easy on Van Dorn now.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
We've got the mighty Lewis Hamilton up ahead of us. I think he's actually pitted. Don't know what's going on in his race. So just coming out of the pits is Sergio Perez, and we managed to keep him behind us. This is going to be crucial in terms of our race now, because he's going to have the fresher tyre at the end of the race with them medium compounds. We've had our tyres on for approximately 5 laps already. As you can see, he's got DRS, but he can't take advantage of it.
Signs ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 9.0 seconds. 1.2 seconds advantage per lap. They're on old mediums. The time last lap was a 1:35.1.
So these one stoppers ahead of us have really used their tyres well throughout the race. We've got Sainz and Massa. I've just been trying to catch them, but it's just been impossible. I've been catching by about a second a lap. However, I've not been able to make enough inroads on them. It's now going to be all about keeping Sergio Perez behind us. That's the battle for this race, to finish P7. You can see my car slide in a bit now. Not really got the best turning that we had earlier. Here comes Sergio. Thought about going up the inside there. Covered him off. Coming into the final section of corners. He wants a sniff, but there's not really an overtaking opportunity there. So it's quite a fun packed race. Position 7. Quite happy with that. Could have been better.
Good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
Could always be worse though as well. I think the best we could have done today was P5. But we committed to the 2-stop strategy.
What do you think made
and that was the end of that.
Here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened.
Good result for Felipe there.
So
P5, good bag of points for Williams.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium. And as the drivers
Well done
make
to
their way
Kimi.
out, there's a
You
familiar
see
red
Danny
suit
Rick,
making its way
who was
to the
racing
top
him early
step.
on. He's managed to get up to
Fantastic
P3.
win for Ferrari. So then, it's time to see how this result
So what
affects the
happened to
Drivers'
the
Championship.
Mercedes?
Kimi Raikkonen takes
So
over
down
the
in
lead of the Drivers'
P9,
Championship
P10, they went
after
for a
that excellent
3-stop
result.
strategy.
Now
The
I'd like to
only
ask you,
cars
Anthony
on the grid.
Davidson,
Oh,
who
sorry,
was your
Kevin
driver of the
Magnussen
day?
as well. Did
I'd
he
say
do?
Max Verstappen earns that title today. Opportunistic, I think, is the
My
word.
goodness, I don't know
It's
what
something
happened
he's
to him
become
there.
known for during his short career
Maybe they
so
went
far,
super,
and it's served
super.
him well here.
I have
On to
no
the
idea what they was
constructors
thinking,
then.
but it
Ferrari
clearly didn't
moved
work
to
out.
the top of the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
So after that bizarre call by the Mercedes team, it's really mixed up the World Championship race now. So Kimi Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel took back maximum points for their team, and yeah, Mercedes had a poor showing. Let's have a look at the best moment from the Grand Prix. And it was on Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll coming down this back hanger straight, flying past, getting a good entry into Stowe early on the power. Lance Stroll left, he tried to defend the inside but left a massive gap on the outside. We took full advantage of that at the inside coming into the last corner. So we've got a new championship leader in Kimi Raikkonen. He's got a 10-point advantage, and Lewis Hamilton's missed out by another 15 points. So thanks for watching. If you like it, give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me any comments that you may have, and I look forward to meeting you again for another edition of the F1 2017 Career Mode.